So in this video, we're going to create our explosion effect that we will turn around and use on the enemy when the enemy is destroyed.
Time for special effects.
Exactly. So to do this, we're going to use the particle system that's built in Unity. And Zach, I'm going to let you pick out some values for me.
Okay.
What we're going to do is come up to game object. We're going to come down to create other, and we're going to go ahead and just grab a particle system. First thing I'd like to do is, of course, set the name. So this is going to be, we'll just call it explosion. Like such. Now, with explosion, we've got a few things that we need to set. You can see there's actually a whole bunch of things available to us. You can also notice down here in the game that with this guy active, our particles are kind of twinkling and moving. This is the effect that we have at the moment.
So by default, it's confetti?
So exactly, very good there, Zach. So if we were to come in and start out with a min size and a max size, and this is basically the size when the particles are spawned, they'll have. So if we were to set a maximum size somewhere around 1, I want to make these guys very visible here on the screen.
Gotcha.
And a min size of about 0.7. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and spend just a second with colors. So we'll start off with first color, and I'll just go with colors that are similar to what Casey had used. So I set up some sort of red, and then we can come in here and set up a reddish orange.
So you're just doing a spectral shift from, say, what, red to yellow?
Yeah. So I'm more of a brighter orange now. And then from there, let's go to a
purple.
How did you know?
So you do what? Red or like reddish orange, orange, yellowy kind of orange, and then yellow.
Yeah, so there's our fireball that's just sitting there just
yes.
That's kind of cool.
It does look kind of flamey.
Yeah, okay, it does. Okay, so now that we've got some colors set up, and of course you guys can spend all day playing, you get the idea.
Sure.
In this particular case, what we're looking for is just a single burst of these particles when they explode. Right now, as you can see, we're continuously expelling.
Continuously exploding.
We are continuously spawning these particles, and these particles are dying out. The minimum and maximum energy is going to determine the lifetime in seconds, and that's why we don't end up with just a crazy number of particles here, because they are dying out. But what we want to do is a one shot. So this is just going to be one shot of these. Boom. And now it's just repeating.
Okay.
And so let's go in here. Might tone down my red a little. It's awfully red. But let's go ahead and make a few adjustments to give some speed to these guys. So first of all, tangent velocity. We come down here to the tangent velocity, that is going to give us the starting speed, if you will, from the emitter surface. And for that, some values like 2 and in Z, 2. Don't need to really put anything in Y.
Awesome.
If we did put something in Y, Zach's going to love this. Watch what happens up here.
Yeah,
hang on.
With particles popping out at you.
So now we've got a nice shockwave type effect. But of course, we need more particles being emitted there at birth. So all we need to do is come to the min and max emission. And we're going to set it to something like 200 to maybe 250.
That's like a really glorious effect for blowing up one little enemy.
I like it. But of course, we're not going to do that. Even though this is
so over the top, it's
darn
awesome.
Cool. So let's put everything back into the one explosion. So now it's not so much a shockwave.
Yeah.
And with that in place, let's go ahead and adjust our energy. So come back up here. Right now we're living for 3 seconds, so quite a bit of time. So let's go from 0.2.
I can't see the next enemy because the last one's still exploding.
Exactly. So 0.2 to, 0.2 to 1. Emission, we've got size, we've got some colors. Yeah, you guys get the idea. Come in here and play. Have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all that we need to talk about here. Then in the next video, well, there is one more thing that I'd like to add here, and that is the auto destruct. So we can go ahead and turn auto destruct on so that when this guy finished and all the particles have died off, then the game object is going to terminate itself for us so that we're not responsible for destroying it. It's nice to be able to just spawn something and not worry about it anymore. And with auto destruct, this is going to give us just that.
Okay.
So in the next video, this was so short. I'm just looking right now. Maybe we just keep on going. What do you think?
No, well, I think at this point it's a good time to go ahead and let people stop. If they want to make an explosion of their very own, they can play with the particle system on their own.
You're doing really good at trying to make sure I do shorter videos. So fair enough, but it's very simple to work with the particle system. We've got a lot of effects here that we can manipulate, or a lot of properties. So feel free, see if you can make an explosion that looks like an actual explosion, not this little cute one that I've got. And even Casey's look better than this. This is quick, okay? So with that, that's going to wrap up this video. In the next one, we'll take a look at how we can package this up with a prefab, get some sound to it, and get it in place. So thanks a lot, guys.